shepherd children who came to see us as we ate a picnic lunch 100 miles up the road. When the Italians invaded Ethiopia in 1936, they constructed this road with beautiful bridges and asphalt pavement. Many years ago, the pavement was worn out and equipment given them is wrecked in a short time as men with no experience drive them over the mountainside. We stopped for a short rest in the highest pass in the mountains, 10,500 feet above sea level. In the valley below, the farmers of the Amharic tribe grow their grain. Patches of plowed fields and winding streams provide a mosaic of barley, maize, corn, and other crops. The Italians built a tunnel in honor of their leader, Mussolini. From the tunnel, through the hairpin turns through the Roby Valley where missionary friends lived, our journey took us out a narrow, rocky road. And finally, starting up the rock bed entrance to our long driveway to Jaranillo and home. Casa Cabaret came out to greet us. Casa was the village drunk when we first moved in among the Galas. He was not respected by anyone in the village. Casa repented to God and was saved, born again, and was called to be the respected pastor of the Bible Baptist Church. Watching the Galas build their grass huts was an interesting sight. We noticed they used no nails as they placed the branches, twigs, and straw together. It was all held together with long strips of bark. Then the walls and the floor were covered with a thick mixture of mud, straw, and manure. Ali Tahibali shows us how to strip the bark from the branches by using his teeth. When a new house is finished, a newly married couple will move into it. It was time to go to a most festive occasion, a gala wedding. There was feasting, and in the kitchen a pot of soup was brewing. Seasoned highly with red pepper, 1 spoonful of that, and you call the fire department. The young men were dancing to their joy song, while the girls were singing, having a happy time at the feast. The bridegroom, Muhammad, was attended by his helpers under a red umbrella. Decked out in their very best, friends have come to the wedding from many surrounding villages. They danced their weird dance to the joy song. This became so wild a dance, some of them became disjointed and needed someone to help them. A special and beautiful song was sung for the bridegroom by young girls dressed up in their pretty skirts as the steady beat of the drums set the rhythm. Just before Muhammad left to get his bride, the young people do the wedding dance. Facing each other, they jumped up and down as they mimicked the oxen during the mating season. Two provided for Muhammad to journey to a distant village for his bride. He had never seen her, nor played with her. Their parents made a deal for their marriage when they were only 5 years old. First, Muhammad must kill another man and present the procreant parts of the murdered man to the bride's father. Only then is he man enough to take his bride. With his red umbrella, he starts out on his journey. With great joy, all who were there wished him success. When a lady was seen carrying an umbrella, we knew she was married. The umbrella was the sign of marriage. Muhammad's bride was a beauty, and she has her umbrella. She was not supposed to smile for 2 weeks, but we got a smile out of her anyhow. And Adis Ahia, a brand new little donkey. Isn't this little baby a cutie pie? The Galas have found that honey is good medicine for them. They found a beehive deep in a termite's nest and dug it out. The hive was lifted out with their bare hands, but they did not get stung. The sight of flies, flies, flies all over the faces of the people was a common sight. The Gala men wear a woven horsehair band around their foreheads. A friend showed us how he made his band by hooking the hair over his big toe and then weaving it into the band. His sandals were made from old automobile tires. We watched the threshing of wheat using oxen on a threshing floor. It reminded us so much of similar scenes indicated in the Bible lands. These men were wearing skirts, showing that they were Muslims. They muzzled their oxen with long stems of grass tied around their mouths while working them. Otherwise, the ox would stop working to eat. The farmers were plagued with birds and wild animals eating their grain. Our neighbor used a sling to hurl stones out across his field. The loud whirring noise of the stone and the snap of the sling frightened away the thieves. He did his work atop a 10-foot-high trellis.
Hyenas howl nearby.